This month, I'm going to talk about my sketchbooks. I lost my way a little bit with my sketchbooks, but recently I've sort of rediscovered it, and I thought it might be quite a nice thing to do to go through just a few of my sketchbooks with you and show you that really you can put anything in a sketchbook, and you can use any sort of sketchbook, little ones, big ones, it doesn't matter, because really they're for your eyes only, and they don't have to be full of beautiful drawings. So let me just show you this one first of all. I stick things in, lots of things. I do bits of painting on watercolour, and then I rip them out and stick them in my book. I do little notes. So if we look at this next page, I do some drawings in there, but not loads. This is a photograph of mine, the one on the right, and then I've tried it thinking of painting ideas on the left, and I've done a few colour swatches here of possible ideas. Same with this one, it's my photograph on the left, and then I've had a little go on the right and put a few colour swatches in, and then thought about maybe collage and textures. This is just a drawing just for the sake of it, on location. Same here, drawings of sea-related things. This is a bit of textile on the left, and ideas for a painting with gannets. I've started using this paper because, as you can see, the cormorant on the bottom left was actually making quite a dirty mark here on the right, so I've started to put little bits of tracing in between certain pages. A few more drawings and ideas in rock pool colours and textures. An idea for a painting with some colour swatches. Same again. And then cutting out, and I always tend to cut out a piece of watercolour paper, stick it in, and then extend the lines a little bit. I don't know why, but it's just a habit I've got. Now this is from a course I actually went on to do with making my own paint. It was a bit of like alchemy and chemistry and grinding pigments and mixing with gum arabic, and I had quite a fun day, and I mixed some of these greens and blues. I made quite a lot of notes. It's another page. Greens, blues, which are the colours that I tend to lean towards. But I did do some earthy colours as well, and some of them still sort of rub off a little bit, so I put some tracing paper in between these pages. Another drawing just for the sake of it, and this is actually from a photograph that I took on Farne Islands. There's nothing nicer than just sitting down with a pencil sometimes. Mark making, limited colour palette, trying different tools. I had fun with that. And this actually was from the window from a gallery that we've just had an exhibition in Kirkcudbright in Scotland. And this is the bridge that I could see through the window, and then I looked at the colours of the area and stuck on some collagey bits. I thought it made quite a nice page. And this is actually the Harbour Gallery where we were exhibiting, and somebody bought me that postcard. And this is a house called Broughton House in Kirkcudbright, which a man called E. Hornell used to live in, and he was a Scottish artist, and these were the sorts of paintings that he did. And I bought this postcard, and I thought it might be nice just to stick this in the book and do a few collagey bits and a few notes about him up here, and a little drawing of the house itself. This is the exhibition that we had. We called it Echoes, so I've just stuck in the leaflet. And then this was a drawing that we did on location. It was a little course that Stuart and I, my partner, we took part in this, and I just sat myself at the bottom of a waterfall and had fun doing a little quick sketch. A bit more of a detailed drawing there. Jessie King was an illustrator from Kirkcudbright. I was quite interested in that, being a trained illustrator. and I've stuck a postcard in and written a few notes about her. Same here, I'd been playing around with these colours and then I saw a beautiful painting by one of the Scottish painters and I thought, oh, they're just the same colours, so I bought that and stuck that in, and I think that might be all I've done so far. Plenty of pages to go, but it's becoming nice and thick and I love that. Squishy. This is another one, and I've just called this All About Trees. I tend to just do black and white drawings, pencil or pen at the moment. This is an idea for a lino cut. It wasn't brilliant, as you can see. And I did another one here. And with this one, I just tore a few different colours of paper together and then printed over the top of all four. You don't have to finish the drawing, you can leave it half done or you can complete it. I tend to leave the pages on the left blank because of the smudging really, and that's all I've done in that book. Now this one is a handmade book and I didn't make it, but the person who made it has clearly used collage, and I don't know, they somehow must have taken some of the pages out of the book and put their own pages in, as you'll see, because they've used envelopes and a whole host of different sorts of papers. I've just put bits of collage on the edges, maps and textures, and then I've done all sorts of drawings, colour swatches. This is an envelope, another detailed drawing here, mainly to do with nature. This is a watercolour painting I've stuck in. Just a few more drawings. I like to do little quotes as well, and stamps and anything that takes my fancy. You see, I've extended the lines again. And these little gift tags, little swing tags, are nice to write quotes on. These are all bits of watercolour paper that I don't throw away. Another postcard of a waterfall. More swing tags. So not lots of drawings. That's a painting, and I've extended the lines again. An idea for a painting which I did. And that's that. So you can see there's lots of envelopes, coloured paper, blue, brown. So you can actually do drawings and sketchbooking on any surface. And finally, just my little notebook, which I've started to keep in my handbag. Just general notes of things I need to remember and little sketches. So these are ideas for painting, names. And then even if I sit in a coffee shop, there's lots of drawings of coffee shops. This one, you could pick a little card out if you go in, and this is the card I picked to do with like a theme of the day, a quote of the day, and I'm going to stick it in there. That's another coffee cup, but there's some notes that I no longer need. So I thought, well, rather than just doing nothing with it, I'll draw over the top of it. So it's like a working sketchbook, notebook, and I tend to just work in pen, whatever I happen to have in my handbag. And that's that. So as you can see, it doesn't matter how you do it. You can use any sketchbook because it's only for you. Don't be scared about it. Just start your journey today and have fun. Happy sketching.